Imagine being the son of the most famous footballer in the world. That's Cristiano Jr.'s reality. From riding in flashy cars with his dad to having over 1 million followers on Instagram in less than 24 hours. Cristiano Jr.'s biggest secrets are about to get exposed. And first up, his birth was a big mistake. In 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo was on top of the world. He'd won the Ballon d'Or with United the year before and was at the same time the best player in the world, won the league with United and helped them reach the Champions League final, losing 2-0 to Barcelona. But now Ronaldo was ready for the next big step in his career, to play for the biggest club in European football, Real Madrid. Madrid knew if they were going to cop Ronaldo off United's hands, they'd have to drop a bid no one had ever seen in the game before. And so $80 million later, Ronaldo was officially a Real Madrid player. The move sent shockwaves across Europe, and to celebrate, Ronaldo was on a plane with a couple of his closest buddies to the US to hit the waves, soak in the sun, and get used to life away from that Manchester weather. And just a few days in, they got to a pretty interesting location, and Ronaldo met a woman that would change his life. The waitress came over to serve them at a local restaurant, and Ronaldo's pull power was on full display. He collected her digits after she was done and had her come over to serve him something off the menu after hours. But you see, none of Ronaldo's buddies with him at the time knew about what had just happened. So after the entire thing, Ronaldo decided to stay mute and enjoy his vacation. Weeks later, he was in Madrid and had just finished a presentation in front of 80,000 people when his phone rang, and the news he heard left him shell-shocked to his knees. The waitress was on the phone, and no, she wasn't dropping a new menu off their price list. It was news that left Ronaldo stunned. She was pregnant. CR7 didn't know how to feel, because on the plus side, he'd always wanted a feeling like this. Ronaldo and his dad never had a proper relationship, and after he died because of drinking problems, Ronaldo promised himself that when he finally became a dad, he'd give his own kid everything he'd need. So now he was getting that opportunity. The thought was exciting to him, but Ronaldo also knew that people had no idea of the holiday he'd taken, and because of that, if he popped up with the news that he was about to become a dad, it'd give him a buckload of controversy. In his first months at the new club, after thinking it through, Ronaldo reached a decision that was going to affect his kid for the rest of his life. He paid the waitress off with $12 million, took full custody of his child, and named him Ronaldo Jr. At this point, Ronaldo knew he couldn't keep the birth of his new child in the dark anymore, so he came out and opened up on a post on social media and made everyone go nuts. Crazy to think how Cristiano Jr.'s birth story isn't the first time he's almost got his dad with bad press. Back on holiday a few years back, Jr. almost got his dad arrested. Ronaldo loves family time and makes sure he spends every moment with his family members when possible. At the end of the 2020-21 season, instead of going on a vacation to a fancy island or one of his many mansions across the world, Ronaldo decided to head back home with the entire family so they could catch up with the locals in Portugal. After spending a couple of days at home, they took a field day outside to explore the waves, soak in the sun on the beach, and take the negativity off everything. Junior, in particular, was having the time of his life because of how popular his dad is. He's always having to go out with bodyguards, always protecting him and watching his every move. So this was the first time in a long while that he could be free and meet with kids his age and take it all in. After a few hours, his aunt took him for a ride on a jet ski, and while they all thought this was going to be a fun event, what they didn't know was that this would almost land Ronaldo in jail. While the photos and pictures looked cool, it turns out that this was illegal. In Portugal, letting a kid Junior's age at 8 ride a jet ski by himself was considered an act of endangering the child's life. So when Junior caught those waves unsupervised, the police saw it as an offense and had to step in. They immediately rushed onto the scene, and pretty soon Ronaldo realized that the case was way more serious than he thought, because this time it wasn't just a fine that was on the line. If the case was taken to court and he got charged for it, he could be ending up in jail. Luckily for Ronaldo, the officers on duty that day saw the funny side of the situation and let him off with a fine instead. instead. And I bet ever since that day, Junior probably hasn't caught a wave on jet ski ever again. I guess Junior was trying to build his image, and maybe he even wanted to use one of those cool jet ski photos as the display picture for the secret IG account he wanted to launch. Ronaldo's made it clear from the beginning that he wants his kids to focus on the more important things in life from an early age, and because of that, he isn't going to spoil them. But now Junior was growing up, he wasn't a kid anymore. I mean, he'd followed his dad all the way from Spain to Italy and England, and now he was finally beginning to make a name for himself. He felt like it was time to launch his own brand. So one day when his dad wasn't around, Junior managed to get hold of a phone in the crib, and even though he knew what was at stake, he still had to pause his secret operation because as soon as he picked up the phone, he got a notification. Mr. Football just posted a new video. Straight away, Junior had to watch. In case you didn't know, the only time Ronaldo lets his kid near a mobile device is when it's time to watch videos on Mr. Football. As soon as the video was over, Junior resumed the mission, and in less than 5 minutes, he'd succeeded in creating his own account on Instagram. Junior uploaded just one clip, and barely 24 hours later, once people realized he was Ronaldo's kid, they immediately began following him, and he'd racked up over 1 million followers. But Junior's popularity on IG was short-lived because standing in his way between social media fame and popularity was his biggest opposition, Pops. CR7 was pissed when he found out the stuff his kid had done, but instead of taking out anger on him, he had him close the account first and explained everything to him. See, Ronaldo told Junior the truth, that not everyone who was following him actually did because they liked him, but instead they were doing it so they could get closer to him and try to make him fail. True talk, bro. Junior's probably not ready to start handling trolls who'd come after him when his dad has a bad game, or tried to stalk him after a comment. Guess Ronaldo just wants the best for his kid, and that's why he just gets mad when he does the one thing that pisses him off the most: junk food. Junior's dad, Ronaldo, is the ultimate fitness athlete. See guys, the main reason Ronaldo has managed to remain at the top all these years is because he'd maintained a healthy diet and eaten right. Unlike most dudes his age who've retired early and now have all-you-can-eat specials at McDonald's, Ronaldo keeps his diet fresh and has the same combo 6 times a day. I'm talking about rice, sea bass, fish, olive oil, spaghetti without salt, and vegetables. Imagine eating that 6 times a day. No wonder he's shredded to the max. But Junior's quite the opposite. I mean, you can't blame him because he's still a kid, but his dad gets upset regardless. Junior loves to eat junk food, and it makes Ronaldo mad. At times he eats chicken and chips and drinks soda, which makes me mad. But I guess that's the normal behavior for a 10-year-old boy. You guess? Someone tell Ronaldo it is. Truth is, the main reason Ronaldo is being extra hard on his kid is because of something Junior told him in the past that he's been holding on to ever since. Just like his dad, Junior's crazy about football. When Ronaldo figured Junior had a talent for football, he got him signed into the Real Madrid Academy, and the kid transformed into a talent. He became so good that he scored over 50 goals for the Madrid youth team. And in 2019, when dad had to leave to join Juventus, Junior followed in his footsteps too, signing for the Juve youth team, and becoming so good he caught the attention of the entire world. Junior scored 25 goals in 8 games for the Juventus under-8 team in a competition in Portugal, and again scored over 50 goals for the Juventus Academy. And at this point, he was already one of the most hyped youngsters in kids football. In 2021, Junior's dad Ronaldo switched clubs again to Manchester United, and it was here Junior's career really took off, because now he was playing in a much bigger league with kids his age. He was up against it every single week, but every time the kid continued to impress. And once he started banging the goals and hitting his dad's Sue celebration to go along with it, Junior was now being seen as a prospect who could make his first team debut sooner than expected. And no one wanted this to happen more than his dad, Ronaldo, because Junior told him something years back that's been keeping him in the game. Dad, can you wait a few more years? I want to play with you. And that's why Ronaldo's still balling at 38. Not necessarily because he enjoys it, but because his son wants him to keep pushing on so they can play together. These days they both play for Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League, and Junior's already advancing fast. He's even been promoted to the under-15 team and has started playing matches for them. Hopefully we get to see Junior and Ronaldo in the same team in action soon, but I'm not so sure it might be at a national team level because, unlike Ronaldo, if Junior decides to go pro and has to pick the national team to play for, he's got a lot of options. Deep this. That waitress Ronaldo hooked up from earlier, well, she's from the States, and Junior was born there, which automatically means he's an American citizen by birth, and can play for the United States national national team if he wants to. Imagine a link-up with Timothy Weah, Christian Pulisic, and Ronaldo Jr. balling at the world. I bet there are at least 3 gritty celebrations in that front three. But the US is just one of Junior's options, and this next team might pose a problem: Spain. The Spanish FA have made it pretty clear what their plan is: to get as many talented young players as they can balling for the national team. Junior looks like he could be the perfect addition to a team that's already stacked with ballers like Pedri, Gavi, Nico Williams, and Lamine Yamal. In case you're wondering how Junior qualifies to play for Spain, it goes like this. All the while Ronaldo played in Spain, Junior lived with him, and to qualify for Spanish citizenship, you only need to have stayed there for 5 years. I won't be surprised if Junior really considers making the switch and playing for the Spanish national team, but something tells me he might want to stick with home instead: Portugal. This is home for Junior, and it'll probably feel so natural watching him put on that kit and continue his dad's legacy for the national team. Cristiano Ronaldo is Portugal's greatest player, has scored the most international goals in history, and was captain of the Portuguese team that won its first international trophy in 2016 at the Euros. Ronaldo doesn't have many years left to play for the national team anymore, but if Junior picks Portugal and plays for them instead, then there's going to be another Ronaldo continuing the legacy in the coming years. Iconic. Hopefully Junior doesn't sly his dad like he did last time when he picked his dad's greatest rival as his idol. Over the last decade, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have produced the GOAT rivalry of a lifetime. These two have taken each other to incredible heights and delivered so many match-winning performances. The El Clasicos over the years have been crazy, and the Ballon d'Or podium finishes too. Now, with his dad being one half of the GOAT rivalry, you'd think Junior would easily pick his dad hands down when naming his idol, but instead he chose different and shocked the world. At the Ballon d'Or ceremony of 2015, Ronaldo was in attendance with his kid when Messi pulled up to the venue, and this was the first time Junior was going to meet Messi in person, and he got starstruck. Junior was so shy he couldn't even speak up properly and went to hide back with his dad. Messi won this edition of the 2015 Ballon d'Or, and I'm guessing seeing Messi win must have changed his mind, because after that evening, on a social media post later, a caption of Junior and Messi was blowing up everywhere. His idol. To make it worse, it kinda seemed like Ronaldo knew about this too, because he'd admitted to Junior watching videos of Messi in the past. I'm not ashamed to admit that my son watches videos of great players like Neymar and Messi. No wonder the kid's been balling out. He's a combination of Ronaldo and Messi. Insane. I guess Junior's becoming his own man now, and even if his dad doesn't like it that much, the kid is now free to make his own choices, including getting his own woman. I'd bet you didn't know that at 13, Junior has a secret girlfriend that his dad is worried sick about. Click the next video to reveal her identity.